In this week's episode of Working with Todoist, I want to show you how to make the right choices. Hello, my name is Carl Pauline, and in this 123rd episode of Working with Todoist, I'm going to show you essentially how to make the right decisions using Todoist. Now, this week's theme throughout all my content has been about making choices. The choice is always yours. You always have a choice. And that's no different when we're using our task manager, and in this case, using Todoist. Now, what I mean about making the right choices is I always find, or I've always found, that it's very difficult to actually plan week to week because emergencies do happen, priorities do change, and it becomes rather difficult to keep yourself focused on just one outcome for a period of, say, a week. So this is where my daily mini review comes into its own, if you like. This is the power of using a proper daily mini review, because what that does is allows you to be able to make the right choices based on what you have to do. Now, in the past, in this series of videos, I have shown you how I do a daily mini review. But what I want to show you a little bit more detail this time is to show you how I use my calendar and my daily Todoist together so that they are actually working together to help me make the right choices about where I need to be focusing my attention. And that's really the power of using Todoist and your calendar for getting your stuff done. Okay, before we go into Todoist, I really want to just to inform you that there is now only a few hours left of my 25% early bird discount on my Time and Life Mastery course. So if you haven't enrolled in the course yet, you have only a few hours left to actually get enrolled. Now, if you're watching this video on Monday the 18th, I'm really sorry, you have missed the deadline, and I hope you got enrolled before the close of the early bird discount period, which actually runs out at midnight LA time on the 17th of September, which is today as I'm recording it. No, tomorrow as I'm recording it. Also, before we move on, I would also, if you like this video, please click on the like button below, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's get straight into Todoist, well, let's go straight into the computer, and I'll show you how I put this together. Okay, the first thing I am going to do when I want to see what tasks I can get done the next day is I start always in my calendar. This is the most important place. The simple reason is I need to know how busy I'm going to be. So let's just look at the week that's just gone by. There isn't really that many hours that I would have had available to sit in the office writing or recording courses. However, on here, I noticed that on Wednesday this week, my early morning class was cancelled, and so was my lunchtime class. So the only thing I actually had to do in the morning was make sure my blog post was posted. That was done, actually that was set up on auto. So I was able to get quite a lot of work done on this particular day. So when I did my daily mini review on Tuesday, I saw that I actually had a lot of time available on Wednesday. In fact, I didn't actually have to leave the office until 5 o'clock, so I could get to see Tina at 6 o'clock. So these things is why I always start in my calendar. Now, just for the purposes, because I've had a wonderful discussion all week about what you should and shouldn't be using your calendar for. I use my calendar for specific events. So I use it for basically my classes where I am teaching. and they go into my actual calendar. Now, these are really important to me, and therefore I can see. Now I color code it, so green is my exercise. This is scheduled for exercise when I will be exercising. Grey is for classes that have cancelled. Red are classes that are go, go, go. And blue is related to the productivity side and things and writing and so on. I haven't even blocked any time off for writing the book that I'm writing at the moment, because I will do that as and when I get the time. Once I've looked at my calendar, I then move into Todoist. So here we are in Todoist, and the place I go to is my next 7 days. This is the most important time, because that tells me what tasks I have got on my list to do tomorrow. Now, the first things that are going to go if I've got a really busy day are my routines. So I can go into my routines here, and I can see that I've got a number of routines that need to be done, and I need to have a look to see which ones are negotiable, if you like. So looking at my routines for tomorrow, add new word to word of the day list, that is a negotiable one. Send out this week's free talking file, that's actually non-negotiable. Send out word of the day file, non-negotiable. Put the free talking document into Notability, that's non-negotiable. So there are quite a few things here that confirms tomorrow lunchtime classes, that's non-negotiable. So there's quite a few things there that I have to make a decision about, and that's what I'm doing when I'm doing my daily mini review. So essentially this is how I'm using Todoist to help me make decisions about what I'm going to work on in my actual work. So you should never be afraid of shifting tasks over to another day. So it always starts with the calendar. What do you have on your calendar the next day? Because that's going to tell you how much time you realistically have to do your tasks. And this is where Todoist next 7 days view is so powerful in helping you to decide what you are going to do, and you can go through it and you can check and offset schedule things for the next time. So these are really good ways of doing your weekly your daily mini review, and this is how I use Todoist to help me to make decisions on what I need to get done. Now, I know many of you have been following this series will say, well, haven't you covered this before? Yes, I have. I've covered it many times before. But when I look at the comments in the YouTube videos, people are still really struggling about deciding what needs doing. Well, you need to first decide what your priorities are. And once you know what your priorities are, then you need to be making sure that the things you're working on relate essentially to your calendar and relate to whatever your priorities are for the week, month, year, goals, whatever. Okay, hopefully this has cleared that up. If you watched this before and you've seen this many times before, I do apologize for repeating it, but I really do want to help you guys to really understand that Todoist will never do the work for you. Todoist will just show you what needs working on next. You are the one who has to make the decisions about what you will do. And that is the most important thing. Okay, thanks for watching this episode. I hope you got something out of it.